Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Here is everything that is making news in wrestling since the last time we put out a video. Cole and Britt Baker are no longer together. The couple had been an item for 7 years after they met in 2017, but Cole revealed in an interview with Sports Illustrated recently that they have split up. He said, "We are no longer a couple. But when I say that we both still love each other and are still friends and still so supportive of each other, that could not be more true." Now, we don't know when the couple broke up, but rumors of it started this summer when Cole mentioned on a video game stream that he would be moving back to his home state of Pennsylvania alone. Cole continued, "I think the world of Britt. I want her to be as happy and successful as humanly possible, and I know she feels the exact same way about me. We did decide to go our separate ways, but that doesn't mean that she will not be an incredibly important part of my life. Britt is absolutely one of my best friends. She's someone that I love dearly and will always love dearly, and there is no ill will between me and her whatsoever." Cole really hammering home here that him and Britt have no animosity towards each other. He continued, "I don't want anyone to ever think that me and Britt dislike each other. I think it is possible in situations for people who are in relationships to kind of go their separate ways, but still care about one another. The last thing I would want is fans to pick sides or anything like that." So it does seem like he's trying to kind of thwart off any tribalism that could develop with people taking sides between him and Britt, like they do WWE and AEW or CM Punk and the Elite. Popular ring announcer Samantha Irvin has left WWE. She revealed this in a statement posted to social media before Raw in Philadelphia on Monday night. Although she didn't reveal what she plans on doing next in her career, David Meltzer and Brian Alvarez said on Wrestling Observer Radio that she was unable to come to terms with WWE on her working on outside projects, and she wants to focus more on her music career. This has reportedly been something that she has been considering for about a year. In terms of rumors, she will sign with All Elite Wrestling, where her fiance Ricochet works. Ricochet actually posted to social media and said that Irvin is not headed to AEW, although there was a report from Fightful's Sean Ross Sapp, who said that his sources within the industry stated that they would be shocked if AEW didn't eventually reach out and make an effort to sign her. Irvin also responded to a post on X that stated she only informed WWE of her departure on Monday, and Irvin clarified that she actually told the company she was leaving months ago. And speaking of Irvin's fiance, Ricochet, he made a surprise appearance over the weekend at Maple Leaf Pro's Forged in Excellence show. He confronted AEW International Champion Konosuke Takeshita and Don Callis. This took place after Takeshita had just defended his title against former Impact World Champion Josh Alexander. Takeshita had also defeated Mike Bailey on night one of the event the night before. So far, reviews for Scott D'Amore's new promotion were good, and he stated in an interview leading up to the shows that he has big plans for the company in 2025. Another big story recently, Rolling Stone published an article that included quotes from 6 former WWE writers who all described a culture of, quote, fear, bullying, and sexism inside WWE's writing room. It's a lengthy article, and I can't recap all the allegations in this video, but some of the highlights included writers being required to stand up whenever Vince entered a room, racially insensitive scripts, one female writer stating she was fired after complaining to HR. There was also reports of inappropriate touching of female writers by males working in positions of power. And they also stated that these actions weren't limited to Vince, but also the people that were loyal to Vince and were included in his inner circle. And some of the writers said that despite McMahon stepping down in 2022, they are skeptical about lasting changes in WWE's culture, even with Triple H now in charge. There were a bunch of headlines about this recently, but I wouldn't get too excited about this. Sting did an interview while attending the Cauliflower Alley Club reunion in August. However, clips of it were just put on YouTube recently, and one of the clips features him saying that he's signed a new multi-year deal with AEW, but it's a licensing deal similar to WWE Legends deals. However, he did mention that his new agreement includes potentially making appearances for AEW, but he did state very clearly that he will never wrestle again. Still, we could see Sting in AEW again, even if he doesn't wrestle. WWE has officially announced that the November 6th episode of NXT, and NXT will take place on Wednesday that week because of the US presidential election the night before. So WWE has announced that that show will take place at the ECW Arena, now known as the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia. It's pretty cool that NXT will be coming from such a historic venue. And while it is the place WWE would refer to as a bingo hall, the 2300 Arena has done a lot of renovations over the years. The building even has its own Hall of Fame for many of the great wrestlers that have competed there. Plenty of indie shows. MLW runs shows from there. New Japan Pro Wrestling has run shows from there. The NWA recently ran a show from there, and NXT will be there on November 6th. Toni Storm lost her CMLL debut to La Catalina in Arena, Mexico on Friday night. She still hasn't returned to AEW since losing the AEW World Women's title to Maria May at All In. With losses to Mayu Iwatani and now La Catalina since then, Storm seemed pretty down when she appeared on Fox Sports Mexico on Monday. Storm said during her appearance on the show that she's considering never going back to AEW and instead setting up a taco stand titled Tony's Tacos in Mexico. So she's definitely dealing with the loss of her title poorly. All right, let's finish up with some lineups, starting with AEW Dynamite on Wednesday, October 23rd from Salt Lake City, Utah. We will see House of Black in action. It will be Camille versus Queen Aminata. Sammy Guevara will go up against the Hurt Syndicate's Shelton Benjamin. We will see the Elite, that's the Young Bucks and Jack Perry, in trios action against Daniel Garcia and Private Party. And in a ladder war match, Mark Briscoe defends against Chris Jericho. Then on SmackDown, Cody Rhodes and Gunther will have a face-to-face as they prepare for their match at Crown Jewel. Then in a number one contenders match for the tag titles, the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, in just their second WWE match, will go up against hashtag DIY Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. That will be a great match, and the winners will go on to wrestle the Bloodline for the SmackDown tag belts. And then in a best of 7 series, we have Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes. Then we go to TNA Bound for Glory. We'll have TNA World Champion Nick Nemeth defending against Joe Hendry with Frankie Kazarian as the referee. TNA Knockouts Champion Jordan Grace will defend against Masha Slamovich. There will be a Full Metal Mayhem match for the TNA tag titles with Chris Bay and Ace Austin against the Hardys against the System. A Monsters Ball match for the TNA Digital Media title and the International Wrestling Championship. PCO will defend both of those belts against Matt Cardona. The TNA X Division champion Mike Bailey will wrestle El Hijo del Vikingo. That will likely be a match to go out of your way to see. The TNA Knockouts Tag Team champion Spitfire will defend against Wendy Chu and Rosemary. Also a Call Your Shot Gauntlet match and Moose versus Mike Santana. Then on Sunday, it will be Halloween Havoc for NXT, a Devil's Playground match. We'll see NXT champion Trick Williams defend against Ethan Page. NXT North American champion Tony D'Angelo will defend against the former champion Oba Femi in a tables, ladders, and scares match. And Julia and Stephanie Vaquer will team up to take on Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. So that's going to do it for this video, everyone. Make sure that you click the like button, the subscribe button, and the notifications bell, and we'll see you again next video.